Back to the latest edition of the Unnecessary Roughness podcast.
Yay! I'm back. How was
15-yard
y'all?
penalty?
Y'all missed me last week?
Automatic first down.
Yeah.
You missed me last week, B?
Yeah. I miss you every week.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I just want to bring up a little caveat. ESPN publicly announced that they are trying to get Peyton Manning for Monday Night Football. What y'all think about that?
Peyton needs to be there.
I think it's a good job for him.
I think it's basically if Peyton wants to do it.
Get paid $6 million a year to work 16 days out the year.
Whoa. How much John Gruden's getting? Like 8. Payne's going to get 12. I promise you that.
Yeah.
At least 12. He's getting quarterback money for being an announcer. It's going to be crazy.
People going to watch it, too.
He's really
charismatic.
entertaining. He's charismatic. You saw him on SNL. It was amazing.
Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable of the game. Dude, this will be the biggest get. And
I think it's the best get they can get to replace Gruden.
Yeah, it's the best get anyone can get at anything. I mean, I don't know how it gets better than that. I mean, Sunday Night Football is still going to be the premier spot, but Monday Night Football has like this rich history, and putting Peyton Manning in there, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, dude, it's going to be amazing.
Looking forward to that. Hearing that great old, he going to go Omaha.
He did the Omaha thing.
He going to get too into the game. The clock going to be running out. He going to go, Omaha.
He honestly, he might be better than Romo. Romo's been crazy good.
Yeah.
He finally made it to the NFC Championship. Let me stop. Sorry.
I knew you was going to say
No,
that.
it's so hard to do that. I don't even want to attack Tony Romo like that.
Yes, you do.
No, Tony Romo's a
not a
nice guy.
cowboy.
He's not a cowboy anymore. I like him. He's a great guy.
He's my quarterback.
He's the number one announcer.
He's my quarterback.
Color commentator.
Yeah, because
Put him with freaking Al Michaels, and that would be the best duo in the history of all duos.
now here's a guy.
Nah, my dude John Madden was amazing.
Boom.
I'm talking about Collinsworth.
Collinsworth's good too. I like
Every time he
Collinsworth.
does a comment, it starts with, now here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy who's just, boom, fresh off that speed. Now, let's talk about these championship games this past weekend, though.
Let's do it.
Jaguars had a chance to upset the Patriots, and Tom
Didn't.
Brady doing Tom Brady things again.
No, they just pulled Atlanta, and somehow the Patriots only had one penalty.
I disagree. They pulled a reverse Atlanta. So I talked a lot 2 weeks ago when I was on the pod. I talked a lot of smack where it's like all the Falcons had to do was run every single play and do that. That's exactly what the Jaguars did. They ran every single play afterwards. They played very conservatively.
Yeldon and Fournette are great.
But people don't. I don't understand, how do you get away from what's working?
You have to do what's working.
Your play from the first half worked up until the last 3 minutes when you allowed him to go down the field and score that last touchdown before the half. That made it look not as bad as it was. But then you come back out and if you win the first half, I mean, I would attempt to win the second half doing the same thing.
Just take more time off the clock. Basically, keep doing your game plan, yet instead of waiting for 10 to 5 seconds on the clock, wait for 3 to 4 to 2 seconds on the clock.
Cut little time off like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop throwing the ball. I wouldn't overrun the ball. I wouldn't stop running. I would do what I have to do to win. Like,
you don't think it's just because Bortles did?
Bortles did at the end. He had Leonard Fournette wide open. That was a touchdown, and he just missed. He missed Leonard Fournette.
It's bad enough. Like, I mean, you can call it that, but they let them back in the game anyway. So
he had a delay of game penalty before the half. They were driving down. Yeah. He made that third down conversion, and then it was delay of game. How do you have it came off a timeout? How do you do that? That's inexperience right there.
But and it's funny because as I'm watching that, I'm like, yo, there's quarterbacks in the league that hike the ball like that all the time and never get that call. The way it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't blatant. Like, it was like 0, and then he hiked it.
Like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. People, and they never throw that flag for certain people. And I'm like, that's crazy.
The established quarterbacks, they never throw that flag.
They
so they give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, maybe the second was off or something like that.
Like, it wasn't it wasn't where it's like 0.
And he was waiting. No, they let him play.
Yeah, they let him throw the. Like,
that never happens.
That's what I'm saying.
It stops the play.
Yeah. Like, you could always look at it and say it was fishy, but that was just weird to me. Like, I don't know what they was hitting
don't-
for with that, but that was a little bit off.
I don't
Like,
believe in the conspiracy theory that the refs helped.
I
the
mean,
Patriots.
I don't believe it either, but I
No,
think
I believe refs miss calls, but I
yeah,
don't
that,
believe
and
that.
that.
I
And
don't
that's
believe
something
it's
that I
considered
think that
conspiracy
happens,
theories.
and I believe because of Brady and Belichick, it happens a lot, not on purpose, but it's like certain things are
Because
looked
they
at
play
as,
at a higher value.
They do, and they get the benefit of the doubt
Yeah.
because they always win.
yeah, like
Oh.
it's like, so I guess it would be help, but it's just something.
I don't think it's
It's
help. I
not
think
like,
it's-
hey,
yeah.
we're going out there to purposely call against you.
You're
so
losing
that the-
flag.
Yeah,
But I think it's more perception than help. Like Brady, if it's like a toss-up play,
yeah.
you're gonna lean towards Brady because
It's like
he
the
has a
star
track
thing
record.
in
It's the same thing.
basketball.
It's the same,
same thing in
with
basketball,
receiver-
same thing in baseball.
It's
Exactly.
the same thing
yeah.
with receivers and corners. If like a veteran receiver is going up against a young corner,
Mhm.
the receiver's probably going to get that call 90% of the time.
And you can see like
Which
some of the
happened in New
penalties-
England.
Some
Yeah.
of the penalties, them defensive pass interference penalties, you can see like the players are tired. Like when they run, like some of the cornerbacks literally leaned on the
Yeah,
wide receivers
yeah,
the whole
it
route, and you
happened.
just looking like.
Yeah.
And then you argue the play. Like it was one, I think right before half. where
Boye,
it happened.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
And he
it wa-
leaned
It wasn't
on him.
Boye?
No,
It
I'm talking about the
wasn't.
play when AB scored on Bouye, and he grabbed him the whole way down
The whole
field,
way,
down
yeah.
the field.
Yeah, like
And when he caught the touchdown, he put his hands. I'm like, yo, what the hell are you putting your hands up for?
Yeah,
It's
like,
pass
you grabbed him-
interference.
you grabbed
It
him the
was.
whole way.
You did it.
yeah, it's like I see this move. People do this. You know, they tap
Yeah,
you to
they
tap
tap.
out if you there.
And refs never call that. I see contact on almost every single play where as long as the receiver, the cornerback turns around and they're playing the ball the entire time, they'll forgive light shoves, like this, like that.
But and I wonder why is it okay for the wide receiver to push up right before he jumps? Is that not pass interference?
It
too?
is.
It is. It is. it
It's
is,
just
it is.
missed
Because a lot of
calls.
them like do this. and
Yeah,
then
that
jump.
and what you
Yeah.
just did was blatantly
Like-
pass interference. But yeah,
But they won't call it if the cornerback has their hands on the receiver at the same time.
yeah.
So if like
So-
if we
I mean,
we
it's-
hand,
If we're
should've
fighting each
said-
other,
yeah.
handshake,
if
yeah.
we hand fighting and at the end I'll push off,
Yeah, they're
They're
gonna
probably
still
not gonna
think it's
call
the
it.
hand fighting. Yeah.
they're not gonna call it. But if we just running down the field and then I push off to get
Yeah,
the ball.
I've seen pass interference called on offense all the time for push-offs.
Oh, you seen it?
Yeah,
you know,
you've
the
never
last
seen it?
time-
I've seen it.
I've seen it, but not all the time. Like
I don't know. My team doesn't really catch touchdowns, so
They catch cases?
Yep.
Robbie Anderson. I
One
just-
good thing that happened for us this year just got spoiled in the DUI case.
Well, there's a couple of experts out there that throwing out mock drafts, and they saying you guys are getting Baker Mayfield. That's what they're saying. I'd rather you guys get Kirk Cousins, but
Kirk, no one would come
they're
to us
saying
in
that he
free
might
agency.
they might franchise tag him again.
dude, he wins in that scenario.
Yeah,
He's
that's
getting $30
They
million.
said I seen it today. They said they was
Especially if
talking
he's
about-
going to re-sign with them
talking about
anyway.
tagging him the third time. They said $34 million.
Yeah, that's insane.
They said then they said technically since he wanted the 3-year $80 million deal,
That's what he got.
he
yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
So,
He's the highest quarterback ever already, and now he's going to be the super highest
Yeah.
quarterback ever. Kirk Cousins is worth
Somebody
it,
in
but
Washington
no,
High.
I'm sorry, nobody's worth that.
nobody
But
worth 30
Mm.
million.
Kirk Cousins is an able-bodied. He's an upper-tier quarterback right now. That's 27.
With the right defense, his team would be a problem.
Yeah. Just don't play the Giants week 17 because for some reason he can't beat them week 17, despite the fact that
Don't need to win against the Giants in week 17 to get into the playoffs. You mean.
if you can't go
If you-
into
if y'all already a problem in 12-3 or at that
Yeah.
point 12
Mm.
whatever.
then you're fine. You don't need it.
just
You can
lose.
lose to them. Who
Yeah,
cares?
probably rest them. Don't let him spoil his ego.
But yeah, 30 million. That's which dude. We need the
How much
NFL.
Derek Carr get?
26.
And he's the
And
highest, right?
Kirk Cousins is the
he
highest.
got
right
it
now. I
way,
think Kirk
and I
Cousins
said he
is-
got it prematurely too.
Well, no, he is the highest. Kirk Cousins, I think, is like 25 or something like that.
He got it prematurely.
Who, Derek Carr?
Yeah.
That's what the market dictates, man. It's like with quarterbacks, it's if you want to hold on to them, you have to pay them,
Yeah.
regardless of who it is. He's nowhere near the top. I think he's
No.
top
He proved
15
that
maybe.
this year. He
He's
proved
not
that
he's
this
not
year.
top 10.
He proved that this year. But coming into this year, he probably would have been ranked like top
He was in the
10
MVP conversation
Yeah,
last
he's top 5 in a lot of people.
So do y'all think Carson Wentz come back and have like another season like this one?
Mm.
I mean, let's not get ahead of us. I forgot they're in the Super Bowl. So.
The
I
Eagles
he's
are a
product
great
of the
team.
system, though.
Yeah. And not only that, because his cap hit and his dollars are so small, the rest of the team, you can put as many dollars as you want on the rest of the team. That's why Nick Foles is doing so well with the Eagles. The rest of the team is great. The glue is still there, and this is telling me Carson Wentz, how valuable is he really if your team still makes the Super Bowl without you? So he definitely wasn't MVP.
Yeah, them first couple games.
No, he was killing it, and he's had
I'm talking about the first games without him.
Or with the Falcons. They should have lost that game, but they didn't. So
it looked bad. It doesn't look as fluid.
Yeah,
they were trying. The Eagles were trying their hardest to give that game away to the Falcons.
Yeah.
Kept putting the ball on the ground, and
they moonwalked on
the Vikings, which doesn't look good for them because almost every single time a team blows out another team in the conference championship game, they lose in the Super Bowl. It's happened. My Giants, 41-0 against the Vikings, and speaking of the Vikings,
Panthers and Cardinals.
Panthers and Cardinals. What was it? Seahawks, Panthers.
Yeah.
It was don't get blown out. That's basically what it is. Don't get blown out. Don't blow out. Don't blow out people in. But it should be a good Super Bowl. I'm excited about it.
I can't root for Philly.
If you guys are a Giants fan and I hear anybody saying, "Oh, I'm rooting for Philly because I hate the Patriots," you're not a Giants fan. You hate the Eagles more than you hate the Patriots. The Eagles, like literally, if the Eagles succeed, which succeeding is winning your division and going to the playoffs, for the Eagles to succeed, the Giants have to fail. Yes. The Patriots and Giants can both win their divisions. The Eagles and the Giants cannot both win the same division.
But once they're in and you're out, you cannot want somebody to win bad enough. I don't think you're rooting
them.
You're not rooting against the Giants at this point.
Yes, I am.
You're not. You're not. The Giants.
The Giants are the only team, NFC East team, to win Super Bowls this millennium.
Loaded stat.
That's not a loaded stat. It's a fact.
That's a legacy.
How is that a loaded? It's just a fact.
So it diminishes the Giants if
it doesn't diminish the Giants if the
One
Eagles
of those
win.
facts.
But it's something I can say.
And so you just run out of things to say. Why don't you just be prideful of the division and say the NFC East is the only team to beat Brady in the Super Bowl?
You see, I could do that, but no.
You just want to have a one-up.
Yeah, I do want to have a one-up. Doesn't everybody want to have a one-up?
No.
Don't they? You don't want a one-up?
You just want to win.
You don't want a one-up?
You
won.
One-up on what? I don't have a one-up on anything.
Let me ask, all right, so if Aaron Rodgers wins 2 more MVPs, he has 4, he's time for the 5th. You're not going to be like, no, I don't want a 5th MVP.
It's gonna happen eventually. I'm not gonna spend my whole life not wanting Peyton Manning.
No, of course it's gonna happen eventually, but you don't have to want it to happen.
But I'm not gonna be mad if it does. You sound like
I'm
you're gonna be mad if the Eagles win.
I'm not gonna. All right, yeah, I'll be upset, but it's not gonna end. I'm not gonna be pissed off the rest of the year.
This city doesn't deserve to win a championship.
It doesn't.
They're
bad fans.
They booed Santa Claus, first of all.
Except I did post just to be fair, Philly fans, Philly guys watching. I did post that you guys did something nice for Minnesota. You guys sent a bunch of things. I forgot what it was exactly, but you guys did. Someone was wronged in the NFC Championship game, and y'all sent something to their charity.
Wait, who was wrong?
Somebody from the Minnesota Vikings. I think it was Pat Shurmur, new head coach of the New York Giants. I think it was him, and they sent money to his foundation as as a look. We're not like this. Like fans were throwing stuff at him. I don't know exactly. I don't want to say what it was, but Eagles fans sent money to his charity to say, look, we apologize. You didn't deserve that. We're not like this. That's a vocal minority.
Still trash.
No, I agree. It's still trash, but
so that means technically the Eagles don't have to go nowhere. They could just stay where they was at. Oh no, the Eagles was at home.
Yeah.
If they would have played in Minnesota,
that's another thing. The Vikings blew a shot
to play at home.
To play at home. They were up 7 and driving, and then Case Keenum throws a pick and it's over. That's when the game switched.
I fell asleep on that game. I'm not gonna lie.
It wasn't exciting.
It was 7-0 Minnesota, and then they never scored since I fell asleep.
I think that it was 31 or something.
30. Yeah, dude.
They was flea flickering and shit. I was like, yo.
That play, everything the Eagles did went right.
Madden stuff.
The Eagles looked like they wanted it more.
Eagles look like the Globetrotters.
Dude, they looked like they were just the team. I don't want to call them a team of destiny, but that's what they look like.
NFL Street.
It's like the Vikings and their vaunted defense closing in on Nick Foles, having him in their hands, and then He gets the ball out for a touchdown. Every single time. All those short slants Nick Foles was hitting, first down. Like, they would get grabbed. It looked like they would get stopped before the line, and then they'd just turn and get it. Dude, I can't praise the Eagles enough
And
for
it's
what
funny
they did.
because that's kind of it was one drive in that Patriots game where
Mhm.
it went from looking super hard for the Patriots to move the ball to super
But
easy.
It was just down.
And
down,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
Drop of a hat.
why is it like what?
It shouldn't be that easy. The Jaguars number one defense,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, what are y'all doing different from these first couple drives? How are y'all guarding these receivers where they have this much space?
Amendola
Each play is
especially.
a first down. And then I'm looking like, how do you keep allowing every play to be? You're playing so far back that by the time you get to the receiver,
They converted on 3rd and 18
Mm-hmm.
in the fourth quarter.
once they start doing stuff like that, the game is
It was
over.
over. And the
Actually,
Jaguars
that's when I
with
knew it
3
was over.
timeouts went for it on 4th and 19 instead of punting the football.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like teams.
I don't know.
can't
That was
against
worse
the
clock.
Patriots. Like the
No,
Patriots,
except the Giants.
That was worse coaching than the
Yeah,
Steelers.
so right now.
I'll take that back. All right, here's a bet for you. Patriots win, you play me in Madden.
Oh, that was already the bet.
And then what do I have to do if the Eagles
I don't
win?
know. I gotta think.
All right. As long as it's something
I
you
think
know,
the Eagles
not crazy.
defense has enough to beat the Patriots.
Yes.
Yes. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I think so
It,
too.
it shouldn't be a blowout by any means.
I'm not gonna
it's
disrespect the Eagles.
I think it's gonna be close.
Mhm.
Like whoever wins, I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I really do think this is the year they lose. The Patriots finally do lose.
Finally, come on, dude. They lost twice already to the greatest
Yeah, but
postseason
then
quarterback
they-
ever.
But then they won what 2 more in a row since not in a row, but
Basically.
2-0 since they've been back.
Yeah,
since-
true.
Yeah.
Well, they could lose another. It's
I don't think
completely
I
possible.
don't think he gets 6. If he gets it, it's not. I don't think it's fishy.
Dude, this
I mean,
is
it's a
magical.
possibility, but
He's gonna tie Jordan.
he could tie.
He
Jordan.
could. I'm sorry. I don't want to disrespect the Eagles. They've been disrespected this entire playoffs. I can't believe they allowed a number 1 seed to play the nobody believes in us card. I can't believe Vegas and
I don't
us.
think the nobody believes in this card should be any bigger than this game here.
Oh no, it's not. But I'm saying,
Is Gronk gonna play?
He officially has
Do
a
they need him?
concussion.
Do the Patriots need him?
yeah,
Do the Patriots need Gronk to win?
yes.
Yes.
Do they? Are you sure? They ain't need him in Jacksonville. They ain't need him last year.
They I mean, you would.
It'd be
hope
a
he-
nice
yeah.
plus, but do they need him is the question.
I would think so. The Philly defense is ranked where?
Less than Jacksonville.
He's like second, I
know,
think.
but they
Third,
second or
fourth.
third.
They're definitely a top 5 defense.
'Cause
But
wasn't
so
the-
was Minnesota, and they got blown out.
What? Yeah, but that's because Philly had a better offense. Like,
Yeah, but we're
Case
talking about
Keenum is
defense.
not as good as
I mean, the
all of them.
Patriots' offense is better than the Eagles' offense.
Yeah, but the Patriots defense is not better than the Eagles. defense.
It's just like 30. but like defense is, I don't want to say it's overrated. That's a lie. But usually the number 1 defenses don't usually win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They, especially if they don't have the quarterback behind it. Like if you look at the top defenses that won, Seattle, Denver, the Patriots last year, they had the quarterback play behind them.
You just named the last 3 champions.
Which is my point. They had the quarterbacks behind them.
So you just leading the last 3 champions.
They had the quarterbacks behind them is my point.
When the Steelers won, wasn't they number 1 too?
Nah.
The Giants wasn't number 1.
No, the Giants was 28th when they won.
Both years.
They was 17th or 15th when they won the first year. And that's another thing. Everybody wants to say defense. Defense helped Eli this, helped Eli that. It did.
Don't take away
But
that.
I'm not taking away anything
That
from
line
the
was
yes.
ridiculous.
That line was
But
crazy.
so is the Jacksonville Jaguars line. The
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
is they didn't have an Eli Manning to beat the
finish.
exactly.
Yeah, they had Blake Bortles.
That is what it is.
That's the difference.
These teams cannot
They
finish.
also had
Eli,
Tom Coughlin, but they didn't have. They had
Yeah,
Blake
but they-
Bortles.
Eli was able to finish games, and the defense was able to hold.
So I don't want to hear anything about luck when
The way
nobody
Brady-
else was able to
the
do it.
way Brady comes down, and that's something that the league is kind of lacking. All of them game-winning drives.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot of those quarterbacks in the league right now. Like
No.
at one point, Phillip Rivers was doing it. Peyton,
All you
Brady,
really got is Rodgers
Eli,
and Breeze.
Roethlisberger, Rodgers. All of them was Drew Brees.
Mm.
It was a lot of game-winning drives happening before, but now it's like at a
'Cause
point
teams are blowing people
once
out.
Brady scores and he's ahead by whatever in the last 2 or 3 minutes, it's like, Do you really believe the other guy, whoever he is, could come down and score?
I don't even think the other guy thinks
Yeah,
he could come down and
Blake
score,
Bortles is gonna come down? Do you think?
which is
who else
sad. Do
they
you need
play?
to think?
Mariota, like maybe Cam Newton. Like you got a few guys you might think still do it. Breeze, of course, but
It's just Breeze and Rodgers.
yeah.
Well, now,
I would still think.
nah,
Roethlisberger
I'll
could
throw
do it.
Roethlisberger in. I still think Eli
Yeah,
could
Eli.
lead a drive.
He looks slow and
But
Roethlisberger?
he still has those guys to throw to.
He dropped 42 on the Jacksonville defense.
Open him
I
up.
still if
Oh,
Phillip Rivers,
baby.
I'm not gonna disrespect Phillip Rivers either. I think if I needed one drive to win, any of those guys could do it. I think.
Yeah.
But they just don't.
I just don't think Blake Bortles can do it. I don't think Nick Foles can do it
A
from
lot of
down
the new
7.
Younger guys
Mhm.
can't do it.
I think Carson Wentz, I didn't think we've seen it, but I think he's the next person to come up, and he looks like he has that fire in his
And
eyes.
that's another thing. Where's the wave of next quarterbacks?
Carson Wentz.
Yes.
Sean Watson.
Deshaun Watson. Yes, I'm sorry,
Deshaun
Deshaun Watson. And let's see what this quarterback class can do.
Tua Tagovailoa.
He's like 18.
Who is that?
He's not gonna be in the league for another 3 years.
Alabama quarterback.
But yeah, that's.
'Cause it's like everybody's.
I still
coming
don't
in
put Jared Goff in
and
there. though.
ending up mediocre
he's
right now. Like
Matt
Dak
Ryan-
Prescott was on his way.
He's
but
knocking
then
on the
he
door. He's
sat
knocking on the
back.
door.
He had like
He
everything
had
went
the
right for
golden
them, yeah.
Steps, but I'm just saying.
when he was down 3 against the Giants, Dak Prescott,
Yeah.
he couldn't lead them. When he was down against the 49ers, I mean the Packers in the playoffs, he couldn't lead them. There's no
That's what I'm saying. It's not a lot of clutchness and
in Dak, no.
and these quarterbacks that are not the old guard. What I would consider a lot of them.
Well, even Andrew Luck, who's one of the best prospects
You just
ever,
a
you don't
lot
see
of
that.
clutchness. You don't see a lot of game ending.
Yeah.
Oh, come down when I'm down by 3 and score a touchdown. Nah, you don't see that. Like, it was a couple seasons, like in the late 2000, like 9, 10, where it was like every week
You saw him.
Eli was doing it, or Brady, Manning, somebody was doing it. Peyton, I mean, can't say
Yeah.
Manning when it's 2 of them, but
No, both of them.
yeah,
both
like
of them did it.
everybody had that ability. It seemed like a lot of them did, not everybody, but
Where you were down by 4 and you weren't even you were a little nervous, but you knew.
yeah, you
It's like the reason why you were nervous because you knew.
yeah.
If I had Blake Bortles down by 4, I'm not nervous. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this.
So you think the Jaguars ride with Bortles?
They should not because they'll have to pay him. The reason why I'm being serious right now. If you pay him,
That's a good point, though.
yeah, if you pay him, that means you're not paying somebody else. And the reason why Blake Bortles succeeded so much this season
And Allen
is because
Robinson is a free
around
agent.
them, you have to resign Allen Robinson. The people around him are great. The defense is great. The offensive weapons he has are great. Leonard Fournette is a stud, and you're lucky you don't have to pay him either.
Right.
So
Or,
this is the
and you
window.
don't have to open up your wallet for Ramsey for a couple more years
So
either.
who's the quarterback should they grab? Case Keenum's an upgrade, but Kirk Cousins. If they can get Kirk Cousins, now I know Eli Manning would take them to the Super Bowl if he was there, but I don't think they're getting Eli.
he should go there.
He should if he wants to win. He
Play for
definitely should. It'll
Coughlin.
be much better. But I think he wants to stay with the Giants. I want him to stay with the Giants, and I think Dave Gettleman wants to stay with the Giants.
It's like who's out there though? That's
Kirk
really,
Cousins.
Can you
Alex Smith.
honestly say
Alex Smith would.
But they got to trade for him, right? You can't.
Yeah.
He's not a
Oh
free agent.
yeah, no.
I think Alex Smith would be a better fit.
But he's not
Because
a
can
free
you
agent.
really say Kirk Cousins is elite?
Not elite, no. I don't really know, but he's upper tier. He's top 10 for sure in the league.
Yeah.
Maybe he's top 7. Like the elite guys, I only got 3 guys that are
Kirk
elite.
Cousins is top 7.
No, I
Maybe.
said top 10 maybe.
Maybe the only
I
elite
don't know.
guys I have right
I
now.
haven't really thought about a quarterback list in a while, so
Yeah.
I can't knock what you say.
I think he is. Maybe
that's
top
just,
8.
to
He's
me,
definitely
that's
top
just
10.
not saying much for the quarterback position. Because Kirk Cousins is not somebody who pops in somebody else's top 10. Remember when it was like
You knew.
Ben Roethlisberger was 7 on the list, like 5th,
Yeah.
6th, 7th?
He's definitely top 5 now.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger, you got to throw in Wilson up there sometimes,
Yeah,
and
Brett
then
Favre and all these
Cam
guys.
Newton.
Cam Newton. I'd rather have Cam Newton than Kirk Cousins. Yeah, Cam Newton up there. If Eli had a team, I'd rather have Eli than Kirk Cousins.
Matt Ryan.
I don't know.
I would.
They're both
Think Kirk
chokes.
Cousins?
Yeah, I would have Matt Ryan.
They're close to me,
No.
in my opinion.
I
Why? Because Kirk Cousins never made the play. I mean, he made the playoffs once, but
He just hasn't had success.
who was Kirk Cousins' top receiver ever? Like, who's always had?
Santana Morse.
No, he wasn't. But
Pierre Garçon.
yeah, Pierre Garçon. Look at what Kirk Cousins put up this year
Deshaun
with
Jackson.
nobody.
Yeah,
That's Deshaun Jackson. That was good. You're right. But he was none of them were Julio Jones.
What was that tight end that was so great?
Jordan Reed. Oh yeah, he's definitely out weapons. Let me stop. He's probably top 10. I have Matt Ryan over.
And he has Alfred Morris.
All right, he's definitely top 15.
Alfred Morris was only good 1 year.
Yeah, I
let
wanna-
that go to waste.
That RG3, they let everybody go to waste.
Alfred
It's
Morris
a horrible
was the man,
franchise.
and now he's rotting
Just
away on
man.
Cowboys.
Cowboys bench.
I mean, they got talent.
Looks
at
like
that.
DeMarco Murray. Where is he at?
Tennessee.
He had a good year. this
He's
year?
go.
On my
Nah, it's gonna be
fantasy-
Derrick.
On my fantasy team, not producing. That's
He's
what
gonna
it
be
is.
Derrick Henry's gonna be the guy next year. Derrick Henry's nice.
He's gonna be the guy in the draft pool next year.
Who, DeMarco Murray?
hmm
Trade him to me. I'll give you
Aaron
LaShawn
Rodgers.
McCoy.
All right.
Nah,
Send-
No,
send
LaShawn
it.
McCoy. It depends on where he goes. He might stay in Buffalo, but if he goes somewhere else,
depending on where he goes.
he's still great regardless. But I'm talking about depending on where he goes, is
Yeah,
where
I'll have
is he
to
gonna be
share.
elite or something like
He
that.
looked like the mouse from Cat Dog.
Really? This is what we doing now?
That we do not subscribe to what Fred just said. Yeah,
He could take a punch.
true. He can.
They SOF capital T.
SAWFT.
So speaking of that, Enzo Amore got released because it's a tough topic, tough time in our society.
What happened?
He's accused of rape.
Sexual assault.
I heard rape, which is much
Oh,
worse.
Yeah.
What? What?
It wasn't just an
Somebody with
accusation.
money, right? This is
Yeah.
Somebody with money. This is an athlete.
That's what. This
Yeah,
whole thing.
I think he's athlete.
This whole thing, right?
Yeah. I'm
I'm gonna try to put this as gently as I possibly can.
No, you're not.
I am.
He's gonna be something
But-
bad.
It's not gonna be wild.
This is
But there's like
Fred's opinion.
obviously they're not all lies, but I don't believe they're all true either.
98% are truth, in my opinion. 98%. But it's the not vocal. It's the 2% that come out and that kind of ruins what we're trying to do here. So like
Yeah.
Larry Nassir, the USA, the Michigan State
Right.
doctor, horrible man, deserved what he got. It's
That's
like
the one that got the
175.
175.
5 years
yeah.
in prison, and the judge was like, "I'm signing your death
Yeah.
warrant." This is she's
He's-
right.
He's
Yeah.
a sick man. First of all. Sick
This Enzo Amore, I don't know if the WWE did the right thing. They can't have this tied to them, and they wanted to get rid of him
man.
anyway.
but like, let's say suppose she's lying, then the WWE looks even worse.
I don't think they do.
Don't look worse. They don't look because if it comes out that it's a lie, then it's like you could just retract everything. Kind of like you could retract MBFI. You could give him another contract if you want, and everything goes back to as it was. It's not like you jumped the gun. It looks worse if you say, well, let's wait till the end. We don't necessarily believe her, and then it turns out everything is extra true, and it's like, well,
But then you can release him after the trial is over.
Well, they suspended him first for like about a couple days, and then information came out that something like that. The investigation the police department was running.
now my honest
Then they let him
opinion
go.
on stuff like this
Mhm.
is the people who actually get accused of this are stupid. If they actually did it, if you did it, you're an idiot. If you have any type of money to your name, there are people
They were willing to.
that you can pay to avoid these kind of
That's
situations.
true.
Yeah, that's Rex.
It's the power dynamic. That was his wife.
What are you? Yo,
You talking about those videos where
You on
that
a
was his
roll.
wife, bro?
you on a roll today.
I don't care. It's still foot
But
fetish.
there's
But he didn't pay anybody
He
to have.
probably was paying people to see their feet. Like, yo, let me see them toenails, girl. Let me see them toenails. Make
as
sure it's a fuchsia pink.
as a person with money, you can pay somebody. I mean, it's illegal, but it's not as bad.
Oh
as what
no,
you do.
yeah, it's a slap on the wrist compared to. But I think there's a whole power thing where it's like, all right, I can get any girl I want,
No, you
No,
can't.
no, no.
You
Yeah,
might
yeah,
still
exactly.
be ugly. Some people might not look at your money and see Brad Pitt. They might look at your money and see, ugh. I can't even think of
A
somebody.
sidewalk with a wallet.
Yeah.
So there are people out there that are willing to take money to do for you what you need done instead of you doing something
He's
stupid.
trying to be so politically correct.
and
He-
put
he's,
your-
he's talking about prostitution.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
exactly what he's
yes,
talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about. But listen, I think that every time this type of thing pops up, the person accused, if they actually did it, you're an idiot. That is my opinion from here on in. We could play this cut back if there's another time. Hopefully there isn't.
Mhm.
But if there's another time, and we can play this back, and it'll be, my opinion, will be exactly the same because you're stupid. You're
And not
stupid.
only that, don't
You-
put yourself in situations
predicament.
like that. If lean towards. All right, I'm talking to her, Mac.
Yeah.
Hey, if
Pull out a piece
like
of
you're
paper
just like
at a
a
time.
maybe. No, you see, but you can't do that either because you could literally be like mid, thrust, and she says no. Then you have to stop. It doesn't matter if you have anything signed. Which
Nah,
which
everything
by
got-
that means though,
Did
if
you read the Aziz Ansari story?
yeah, I did. I
So
did.
what'd you think of it?
I think what it wasn't illegal at all. I think he shouldn't be getting flack for it. He was a bad date. That's what I think.
I just feel like if you walk into a sneaker store, right? You walk into a Foot Locker.
All right. No.
I know. Listen,
We are
listen,
never victim blaming.
I'm not victim blaming, but if you walk into
Fred
a,
is.
if you walk into a sneaker store, right,
Uh-huh.
and you
hear where
sit
this is going
and you
already.
sit in a sneaker store, a salesman is gonna come up to you and say, "Hey, do you want to buy some freaking sneakers?" If you continue to sit in the sneaker store, some people are gonna keep coming up to you and asking, "Do you want to buy some sneakers?" So if you didn't want to be with him like that night, why stay in the apartment?
Now, in this scenario, you can always say no to the sneaker salesman, but continue to say no. And honestly, I think
Yeah.
a lot of it is she used like nonverbal cues. There's no such thing as nonverbal cues. I'm socially awkward. I don't understand situations. There's been times Bernard was like, "Yo, she likes you. Yo, she likes you." I'm like, "No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't." And then
she
it
did.
finds out she did. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know. And I always lean to the side of, all right, if she's like, then it's a no. That's for me. So some people are, different where it means, ooh, I have leeway. I can go in. It's a yes. And
So
that's in sales. That's in all this stuff. And I'm not advocating, continue to badger some. You want to have sex with me? No. You want to have sex with me? No. You want to have sex with me? The first no was good enough.
Yeah, like
You could try for a second, but if they clearly say no the second time, then stop.
So even
It's
if
the
she
same
gives you-
situation.
Even if she gives you,
that's
even
clear.
if,
That was clear. You wasn't?
even if she
No.
gives you fellatio in your apartment.
Yeah, I don't think it was illegal. I think I don't think he should, not have a career anymore. I think he should be fine. I think he should still be out there. But it opens up discussion where men need to be more in tune with women's feelings, which is hard.
I
It's not.
completely agree with
That's
that.
not a
I
crime to
completely
not do that. And women need to be more assertive. And I don't want to hear anything about, you're showing me the minimal times where women have died because they said no. Not all men are like that. Like, come on. It's like I get robbed in the street by a Hispanic, and it's like, oh, dude, I was afraid of the Hispanic over there because I thought he might rob. It's the same scenario. You cannot let that dictate you. You got to be more assertive. I'm not advocating you to, get in the guy's face. F no, I don't want to. Just be like, be stern. Be like, no, I don't want to do this with you. Still be nice because we want to be, let down. But if nice doesn't cut it, then stop being nice.
I
And
agree.
dude,
That nigga
if
don't understand
you-
what no
yeah.
mean. Slap him.
But she didn't tell him no.
What she did? This.
I don't know what she did. I wasn't there, but
Started doing
she
a host of other
specifically
things.
said that she never said no, and that when she did say no, specifically to sex, he respected the no. So basically,
So what is this?
it's they're trying.
What are they doing to him? What if he respected the no? Then what are we talking
This is a part of the 2%.
Yeah, it's weird, and I think it diminishes what other people are doing. When Natalie Portman came out at the Women's March and what she said really spoke to me, because it's true. We've seen 13-year-olds, actresses that you know they're beautiful, But just because you know they're beautiful doesn't mean you should have a countdown clock until they're 18 years old. They, she's legal now. No, you don't do that either because they're still just children.
I grew up in that type, and not like
all of us
me,
did.
But you see it, like whether it's girls our age or girls just around us. It's just like older men are just waiting on just looking like
18's legal.
Soon
No,
as they 18 or 20, it's like, first of all, you're 20. Like, how did this guy talk to you? He knew you since you was 13, 14. How was he even comfortable enough? Like,
get the hell out
we
of here,
can't
Mr.
help.
Ernest.
I understand.
Gerald, like,
yeah, exactly. You can't do that. I understand. You could look at the 13-year-old, know she's
Mr.
beautiful, but
Ernest.
you don't, wait. Like, that's some
disgusting.
predator thing. Yeah,
that is
it's
disgusting.
nasty.
I find that to be. Now it's different if y'all just run into a girl. She's 22. I'm 28. I'm 32. I'm 40.
She could be 22. You run into her and you 50, and it works out great.
Yeah,
but
like it's not as weird as if, hey, I watched you grow up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like I just
I
don't
used
get
to
it.
have a crush on your mama.
Yeah, you look just like her.
Like mad creepy. Like they always say something mad.
Grandfather used to
mad
play
creepy
ball
like
together.
Okay.
I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, "There's
know y'all
three
ain't
men
shoot
having this
three-pointers.
conversation," but we love to.
Old
Women
dudes are
chime in.
weird, bro. Like
I open
Old
up.
dudes
I'm
that
open to dialogue about this conversation.
old dudes that watch young girls grow up and want them are weird. You
Yeah.
immediately can't be around my kid. Like,
No, never.
if you ever watched a girl grow up and you are not around no kids in my family, friends,
No.
none of their kids. Soon as I see you coming, doors closed, windows up, that type deal. Cause you're a weirdo.
I think this despite the hiccups like the woman had with Aziz, that thing, I think this movement is actually growing. It's gonna be for the best, I think.
I think people should need to understand, because prostitution is not illegal everywhere. So
Vegas, everything's legal in Vegas. Sports gambling.
if that's the type of person you are, go to Vegas. Enjoy yourself.
And honestly, even if it's not legal, and I'm not advocating doing anything
But
illegal, it's much better.
than- It's a lighter road than the one you travel when she says no and you do it anyway. Like, I just don't even understand where you think that's going. Like,
Yeah, that's horrible.
once she leaves the room, what do you think is gonna happen?
And you know what this does? It gives more power to women, because I want women to speak out like immediately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
this is giving them more power for more women to speak out immediately
I
after
ain't
this
gonna
happens. So we
front.
don't have a Larry Nassir that's for
I
years
ain't gonna front
getting
all
away
these-
with it.
I ain't gonna front all these people that's holding it in. They couldn't be in my family.
Yeah,
My family
they're
probably would
pry it out.
immediately.
What's
Excuse
wrong?
me,
What's that face?
What's that face?
Why you don't like Uncle Jim? Ooh, I know why you don't like Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim, family
somebody-
friend Uncle Jim. I'm not.
Yeah, then
I'm not saying
eventually-
actual Uncle Jim.
Then eventually, enough people find out Uncle Jim gonna get his ass whipped
Yep, that's all it is.
multiple times. Then we telling the cops on him.
He fell. That's how he broke his lip. The copper would accept it too.
Yeah, like
Before
I
he
feel
took
like
that nasty
I feel like they
fall.
should definitely speak out soon as it happens. It keeps
Yeah.
it from being
I also
an
know it's
ongoing
hard
thing.
though.
Yeah,
but I think this
but a
this
lot
move
of
make it
people have
easier.
these
That's one of the
ongoing-
best parts about this Larry Nassar case.
Mhm.
All the victims that came forward,
Uh,
and he was only when the story first came out, he was only facing like one charge, but then
Everybody started getting
everybody started coming forward, and it turned into him being one of the
the victim. The
45
victim
consecutive years.
testimonies were powerful too.
yeah.
I forgot her name. I'm so
Ali
sorry.
Reisman.
Ali Reisman. Yeah, that was really powerful.
He's gonna be in jail for 145, 75 consecutive
gonna die
years.
before he
That's
comes
one
out.
after the motherfucking other.
Not
Back
concurrent.
to back. Back to back.
No, but yeah,
I
let's
know
keep
they-
it going. Let's keep doing this thing.
And it's like, these people are heartless. Like, how can you, for 7 years, they said?
yeah,
She's 13. There's like 13.
They were
12
kids.
12
Like,
and 13 years old.
what?
And he's
How
a
can you-
certified Team USA
how
team
can you
doctor.
do this? If you're crazy enough to, how can you do this for 7 years? Like, you have
it's
to
a
be-
system. That's what
you
they're saying.
belong
It's more
in-
than just him.
You belong in jail for 145. I hope he live all 175 of them years.
Not happening.
He's not, but I hope he do. Like,
And they had the nerve to try to apologize. Like, just keep it. Just keep it.
Look, I believe in self-forgiveness and all that stuff and all that things. I think if he truly wants to be a better man and atone for his crimes, it should have started with an apology like that. But then he mixes it up saying, "Oh, I can't hear the victim." You need to hear every single one of their testimonies. Go to your crime, commit your crime. I mean, not commit your crime. Serve your time, and then truly, if you want to truly atone, that's how you do it. You listen to the victims' statements, and what we have to do as a society is make sure a system like this could never happen again.
Yeah, just
Well said.
kill them before it happens.
Well, I wouldn't go that far either.
Minority Report.
It's like you killing people that they haven't even committed crimes yet.
Why gotta be Minority Report?
That's my.
No. The more you know.
Let's get back into this sports thing. Cavs
Yes,
struggling.
like I said they would.
Lost 10 of the last 13.
But LeBron, the youngest player to 30,000 points. Yes. He's not the fastest to 30,000.
Youngest.
I thought he was youngest and fast.
Nope. I think it's 3 people that's done it faster than him. Wilt, Jordan, and Kareem.
Yo, you
Yeah,
know
'cause
Shaq.
nobody else scored when they played. It was
Just them.
They was the top scorers in the league. The next person averaged 12 points.
Wilt Chamberlain especially. He averaged like 50 points a night.
Everybody was 6'1" when Wilt Chamberlain played. He was 7 feet.
Stop diminishing. Stop diminishing what Wilt Chamberlain did.
You know,
Legend.
I just call out what I see around it.
You ain't see nothing. You weren't alive.
I see what happened. They got video of Bill Russell playing.
Black and white video that they doctored.
Bill Russell playing.
Dude, but they were the same age. They the same age.
Exactly. If Bill Russell was over here going, that means. So was Wilt Chamberlain.
People in Boston was like
100 points.
So what do I take of this, Fred?
I was gonna say I think
Of the struggles?
I'm saying
Ooh, because I got a hot take.
my personal thought on the struggles is
They gonna
it's
still- they
beyond
still come-
it's beyond it's not to the point where it can be fixed.
What?
I don't think so. Their defense is just too bad,
You know what? You know what?
and their defense was already suspect last year. And then you trade one of your best defenders, and who Kyrie Irving was, for someone who cannot play defense. Like, there's a picture of Isaiah Thomas on Instagram where he's trying to block Russell Westbrook's shot, and it's like his hand is just doing absolutely nothing. I think
that was your MVP last year. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
was
One of your MVP candidates.
I'm talking about. He's talking about
Isaiah
Isaiah.
Thomas.
I was wrong. I can admit when I was wrong.
At what?
That
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas was MVP. He was, but to me,
No, he was fifth, right?
He-
Bernard,
he was
fifth,
like
right?
he was like second
All I'm
in
saying
scoring.
is Fred's discussion of Isaiah Thomas from last year.
He was like he wrote an article about.
But you know what it was? He was
what?
no. He was he's on a way better defensive team than he was this year. So you couldn't
That's
really
his
see,
fault.
but
No.
you couldn't really see how bad his defense was last year. This year you can see how bad his defense is because there's no one to pick up the slack. Jay Crowder is not as good defensively as he was last year. You don't have somebody like Avery Bradley or Jaylen Brown who can really defend. So now your weaknesses are just magnified.
Here's the thing with the Cavs. I said from the beginning they got worse when they traded Kyrie, and this was a fact. The point where I said I picked them to go to the NBA Finals. I picked the Cavs to go to the NBA Finals, but I told you guys I'm 100% sure the Golden State Warriors are going to make the Finals. I am not 100% sure that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to make the Finals.
Are you still 100% sure the Golden State Warriors are going to make the
Yes,
finals?
1,000% sure. They're that good. But here's the thing with the Cavs. They got worse. They traded Kyrie, but they got the pick back. It was a good trade for them. I like the trade for them, but they did get worse. Not only that, LeBron personally does not have that superstar that he can lean on to take over when LeBron's not there.
Right,
You could say
which is
Isaiah
Kyrie
Thomas
was.
and he's gonna come back in, and D Wade is a shell of himself, and so was D Rose, and then Kevin Love. Everybody's upset at Kevin Love. I got a nice hot take for you guys. If the Cavs mess up and fall to the 4th seed or the 5th seed, if they allow Miami or Washington to overtake them, Washington, your Western Conference Finals pick, which clearly, if Washington can do that, they could pass them in the regular season standings. If they meet Boston before the Eastern Conference Finals, the Cavs is not making the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
They're not beating Boston. Boston is too good right now, especially in Boston's home court. Now, if the Cavs can turn it around and somehow miss Boston and make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe they could steal a couple games, ride that high. I don't see it. Their struggles are too great. Kyrie Irving is an MVP candidate also now, which turns out maybe LeBron being the guy was the issue there. Players, Jason Tatum looks real good. Guys, this
You know who
is
beat
huge.
the Celtics last night?
Irrelevant. They're irrelevant.
Some
They're
team
irrelevant.
out.
They're irrelevant, Fred. They're irrelevant.
The same team that beat the Knicks 2 nights ago.
Also irrelevant. Speaking of the Knicks, I don't want to say I told you so because I hate saying this because the Knicks are my team and I love them. When all the Knicks fans are like, see, I told you, look, we don't need Melo. See, I told you this. See, I told you that. What's happening now? The Knicks do what the Knicks do. They surprise us. Oh, they're a surprising team. And then they start losing. They go, this is what the Knicks are.
It's mad funny because their games go exactly how their season goes.
They can't close. They lost their closer and they can't close. And you going to tell me, oh, man, that was a good trade. That was a good trade. Now we trying to trade for Kemba Walker. That is a win now move, and we're not even close to winning now. It's like Giants fans saying we should have traded for Jarvis Landry. No, we are 0-5. The Knicks are under 500. You do not trade assets, especially when Jordan came out now and he's like, no, I'm only trading Kevin Walker for a superstar. We're not trading Kevin Walker for Porzingis. No. Stop it right now. Knicks fans, we're supposed to be trading away assets. Try to trade away Kylo Quinn combined with Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter had a good first half. Trade that away. We don't need it.
I think
We don't need that for the lottery.
the Cavs should try to get Kemba Walker.
They should. They need to make a move. I think they are going to make a move, which will make them better. And then I can
gotta
revisit
get rid of
this.
Isaiah Thomas. I think he just does not fit with that team. Super teams, like some players have super team talent, whereas like they can sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
And for the better of the team. Isaiah Thomas doesn't seem to be one of those kind of players. Like
Dan Gilbert isn't
he
willing
hasn't
to.
shot. He hasn't shot 50% yet.
I mean, he could come back. He's injured. You let him get back from the injury. But when you play with LeBron, your stats don't get better. So we have to look at it from another way. And it's not just LeBron. It's any superstar. If you play with a superstar, your stats aren't going to be as great. So we'll see. I still think it's going to be Boston, Cleveland in the final. But it'll be nice to see Boston, Washington. It'll be nice.
Boston, Toronto.
Boston, Toronto, yeah.
Playing really well.
It'll be nice.
Second, right?
Yeah, Toronto's second.
All right.
The Cavs do not fall to fourth. I'm telling you, that would be the nail in the coffin.
I'm not really worried about the Cavs.
What do you mean by not worried? You still think they're gonna make the Eastern Conference? The finals? Like, how sure are you they're gonna make the finals? Put a percentage on it.
They would have.
I'm playing 50.
This rut would have to go a little bit longer for me to be worried about them because if you realize, like, kind of like a lot of LeBron James teams go through these weird stretches during the season where they play around 500 basketball. They go on these slides. Did the year they won? Didn't they like start losing at the end of the season or something going into the playoffs? Like, this is the point in time where now if they don't fix it, if we don't see something get fixed in their schemes and the way they play, like more energy, then going into February, going into like ending February, and they're still on slides and haven't fixed anything, then I think it's a worry guy going into the All-Star break. But
what if they make some type of trade? Like, what kind of trade can they make?
I mean,
in your eyes,
my
to make
personal
There's
opinion
not
is
one
they
trade
could.
that they can make that would make
They
them
need to make
trade
two?
shit.
That's almost impossible.
No. My personal opinion is they don't need to trade anybody right now.
You think
Like,
they're good the way they are?
I think they could beat. I don't.
Can they beat Golden State?
All right,
As
that's
constantly now.
that's the one that's
That's the
all
big
up in the
one.
air. But I don't think there's a trade you make
That
could be
can
more-
go.
unless like they said they might try to go after Anthony Davis.
How
but
are they gonna get Davis?
They
That's the
can't.
question.
That's
Without
the-
trading the Brooklyn pick.
If they
That's-
get Lou
they
Will and
can't.
DeAndre Jordan, they can compete.
They
But
can't.
have
I don't.
this-
I don't.
Send some.
But how, they're
don't-
not going to trade that Brooklyn pick. They're just not.
And you gotta realize
I wouldn't, but I wouldn't unless LeBron was to sign.
He's
something
not.
that said,
He's not.
I'll commit for the next 2 to 3 years at least.
But he's not. He wants to leave. He wants
like,
to go
I
to San
don't-
Antonio.
I genuinely don't think nobody's.
Houston.
To be honest with you, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think
Houston.
anybody's beating Golden State. It's just who's gonna lose to them.
Yeah, you fighting for the right to lose.
Because if you like the way even the way the Celtics start games, they're not gonna beat Boston. They're not gonna beat Golden State in the playoff in
Now-
the championship like that.
How closer are you now? Like, how much closer? Like before you gave Boston no chance.
Mhm.
How much of a chance do you give them now to beat the Cavs in the playoffs? Assuming they're the
In the
number one
series?
seed. Yeah, in the series. Assuming
If
they're
the-
number one
if
seed.
Celtics is stay number 1.
Yeah.
25%.
That,
Like, I
that's an increment from 0.
I still
That's
think
nice.
I still think the Cavs, like in a 7-game series, I don't see a team that moves the Cavs in a 7-game series. You might take them to 6, you might take them to
But
7.
it's like who's the second option behind LeBron? in the
It's not
playoffs?
it's not that they don't see. That's the problem. They're playing like they have this set second option. Instead, they need to be playing more like we have a team full of
Fluid,
second options.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we have a team where one night J.R. Smith might score you 24 points. He's not doing anything, by the way. You have a
Nah,
team
nah.
where Isaiah Thomas might one night give you 30.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love. You got all of these guys. The bench can score you 61 points as they did earlier in the season. You have a lot of different options. Stop looking for one to be the second option. They don't have a definite second option unless Isaiah Thomas gets back on his scoring tip that he was on last year. But they need to play as a team. Their problem is they're looking for players instead of just looking for the open man.
Mm-hmm.
It's no open man swinging like San Antonio's doing. Like San Antonio literally plugs anybody in, and they're the third best team. in the
They have
world.
the best coach of all time.
Yeah,
Greg
but
Popovich.
But it's still execution. Like
Which is
Mhm.
why LeBron could
stand
go
there,
next
get
year.
open, and wait for the ball.
Mhm.
Like perfect. That's the type of team that the Cavs have. Jeff Green, he showed that he could be some pop off the bench. Dwayne Wade can lead the second unit.
Yeah,
You-
1000%.
You got the second unit. To me, is better than a lot of benches in the league.
No, yeah, I agree.
And
totally.
so that means the problem is with the way the first team is starting, and then it's
Yeah.
like,
Their second unit could beat the Brooklyn starting 5.
yeah, like their second
Corvo,
unit
D-Wade.
is one of the best. I'm not gonna say the best because I don't really know everybody's
They're
second
not the
unit.
best, but
They're up there
They're
though.
up there,
Like,
yeah.
so it's like they
Golden
have
State's
enough. They
second
just
unit's
really
amazing.
gotta focus. Like the same way Miami had to buckle down on defense and
Mhm.
figure out who they were. Like the pass lane stopping Miami
this
Heat.
feels different though.
Yeah, it is, but a lot of people want it to be. But I think if they sit down and figure it out, I think there's a strong chance they figure it out.
Well, 1000%, it's better for the league, and it'll be a more entertaining finals if LeBron makes it.
Yeah,
1000%.
I don't really care.
You're a sports fan like me. You're gonna watch regardless. If Blake Bortles would have made the Super Bowl, I'm watching regardless.
Yeah.
Same thing over here. If it could be Celtics,
Plus, I
Spurs,
already know
I'm
who's gonna
watching.
win it, regardless who plays on the Eastern Conference. I don't personally
We
give
all-
the Eastern
yeah.
Conference a chance.
At all. I don't give the Rockets a chance either.
And you know what's funny? The only team, if they was to make the championship, which they're not,
Washington.
that I would give a strong, a weird sort of chance against the Golden State.
The
Bucks.
Knicks. Speaking of which,
The Bucks have enough talent to where they should definitely
It's like
ruffle
Bucks
the
weren't
Golden State.
kidding around.
I don't even understand that him getting fired like that. I guess
ridiculous.
you're underachieving, but
how though? I don't understand. You're not gonna win an NBA
they
title,
had them in the top. They had
Who are they
themselves
gonna
in the
go
top
after?
four.
Who are they gonna go?
and they felt. The Cavs just felt.
They're the crazy part is they're not far away from.
No, they're like 2 games back.
It's just like
It's ridiculous.
It's
So
for me, it's kind of like they just gave up for the rest of the season. Now.
Yeah.
Like, your interim coach, unless he's some sort of in the closet
I
genius,
bet you it's somebody
is
like
not
Ron-
gonna coach better
Who
than.
they
Jason
got?
that's the
Taylor.
that's the number one job though, right? That has to be the number one job
to
Yeah.
coach
going in.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis,
Who-
Jabari when he comes.
Who's there?
Jabari's back.
Dude, I don't think he is. No, that's a
Jabari.
squad.
Eric Bledsoe. You got
Chris Middleton,
yeah. You got
That
a
is a
full
squad.
Team. You got a full team. Yeah.
They-
Greg Monroe,
I feel like he's the
Still there? I
scapegoat.
thought he left. Oh no, Greg Monroe.
Don Maker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of
Yeah,
them.
this is all. Jason Kidd was a
Malcolm
scapegoat.
broke down.
Rookie of the year, Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It's 'cause there was
I bet
nobody
you
else
they.
available.
I bet you they interim coach probably somebody like JB Bickerstaff.
No, isn't
Or
it
Lionel Hollins.
his the assistant coach?
Lionel Hollins always end up being an assistant on some team.
He just waits for somebody to get fired.
Oh, that's Alvin Gentry. I was getting ready to say, wasn't Lionel Hollins the coach of the Pelicans? They look alike to me.
I'm about to say they look alike.
But it upsets me when you fire a coach because you have unrealistic expectations as an owner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where
What was the guy that was on the Cavs? Got fired.
For no reason.
David Blatt.
Zero reason. How?
And another guy about to get fired off the Cavs.
Tyrone Lue.
Because he can't do anything about the roster that they put in front of him because he has no control over it.
No, none. LeBron James is the GM.
Gilbert and LeBron have control over who gets onto the team. That's why Tristan Thompson is making so much money. That's why J.R. Smith is making so much money.
Tristan Thompson, who's not good right now. Horrible good, because the Kardashian curse.
No, and their problem is they move guys who flourished around LeBron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan Thompson's best games came because LeBron and Kyrie demanded so much attention.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to be open by the basket. Of course there's not going to be enough people there for the rebound. Now you have LeBron there, and you're barely playing with LeBron now.
Yeah.
You're coming off the bench. So now you're in there with Jeff Green. So the guy who's guarding you
ain't nobody to set you up.
And there's nobody passing you the ball. So, and the big guy who can focus on you and stop you from rebounding or stopping you from rebounding. He's not trying to block the rim from a LeBron or a Kyrie driving to the basket. Boom, $90 million wasted.
Completely, yeah.
I mean, they got a ring out of it.
LeBron, he's such a great guy. He takes care of his guys. And, of course, if you guys were my guys, I want y'all to get taken care of too. But if you're not
producing,
then, yeah, it becomes a mistake. And I don't know. I think LeBron would do it again, obviously. But LeBron's a good guy. He's a good guy. He wants his guys to get taken care of. You can't fault him for that.
You can't. But I'm just saying.
But now he's paying the price for it.
It all comes down to that's Gilbert's problem now.
Yeah, he's gonna have a high lottery draft pick.
He had to sign on the dotted line for those contracts to be made. And
but if LeBron James says do this or I'll leave, it's just like you don't really have a choice.
And they seem like people was really gonna pay him that money regardless. Like people,
they bid it against themselves.
Yeah, like people was gonna. I would have let Tristan Thompson go. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Maybe I wouldn't have won a ring, but.
You could have won a ring without Tristan Thompson.
Could have, but I'm just saying maybe you don't. But I'm not paying him $90 million. He didn't score at all. Like all you did is grab.
He was there with Kyrie, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm paying you $90 million.
Steph out-rebounded him in the
You might as well keep Anderson Varejao.
Yeah, who's good? He got LeBron to the finals.
And he was on the Warriors the year they lost the ring, right?
Yeah.
Anderson Varejao was on each team the year they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's on the Cavs the year they lost, and then he's on the Warriors the year they lost. It's just not meant for him to get a ring.
None.
Let's talk about last and not least, All-Star snubs.
None. Nobody. They got it perfectly right.
They didn't. Because
Paul George. I'm not mad at the list either.
Paul George. Who would you take out?
West.
He's in the West. This is stacked with studs. Who would you take out for Lou Williams?
Who's the second point guard? Besides Steph Curry?
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is the reserve.
Yeah, so it's like who are you gonna put in?
I can't argue.
If he was in the East,
Chris
yeah,
Paul
sure.
Didn't make it either. So,
nope.
And I'm pretty sure I would put Chris Paul in probably.
Somebody told me they think Chris Paul is an MVP candidate. Y'all agree with that?
No.
He's not even an MVP candidate
on
his team.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't bugging.
Nah, he's not. Which James Harden needs to be careful because he might not make it. He says he's an MVP candidate?
Yeah, I'm like,
Stephen A., I usually rock with you, but you were so wrong.
I'm like, why? Because they went from 3 to 2? What the hell? Yo, he went from 3 to 2 because you came on the team and replaced Lou Williams, MVP, when KD is literally having the best defensive season of his career.
Oh, KD's been on fire.
I think him and Steph is the 2 lead MVP candidates.
Damn, shouldn't they cancel each other out because they're on the same team? It's so weird.
I know, but it's
it's so weird.
It's weird, but it's true. Steph had ever since he came back off that injury, he's been killing.
Yeah,
I know you know.
Yeah, fantasy team. Even though I've been losing for the past 3 weeks, it's because of my injury. I won so much that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna lose a couple games just to make sure I don't drop like Vujacic or anybody like that. It's like whatever. I'm thinking towards playoffs right now. That's all. Sorry, I'm thinking towards playoffs right now. Right, the regular season doesn't matter. I can beat anybody. It doesn't matter if I'm playing the number 1 seed first round. So, which is you. So
they just say it.
my team could beat. I beat you, didn't I?
I beat you too.
Yeah, we did. We beat each other.
Heck, Fred,
So it's
you was
possible.
number 1 seed in this league too.
And I'm a fail in this league too.
That's
I'm a fail in this league too because I just don't. Teams are just too good.
Yeah. This league is too top heavy right now.
At least in this league, they don't rest players at the end of the year. They won't rest players in the championship.
My dumbass. KD gets injured last season at the end, and that's why I lost the championship and I drafted him again in the first round this year.
That's smart. You're in first place.
Nah, I'm not gonna front. You don't miss a chance to grab KD.
No, automatically.
I mean,
That's
I'm
how I
so
feel,
happy
too.
I ain't get Carl Anthony Towns because Steph is
If
on
he stopped
fire
getting ejected, I wouldn't feel so bad about it.
against the Knicks.
Like, I be
in
like,
the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left in a blowout.
It wasn't a blowout. We lost by like 5 points.
It was 100 to 118 at that point.
We
you
ain't
could
have
have, like, 2 more
Porzingis.
rebounds.
I don't care. I'm talking about the game. I don't care what who y'all had.
I ain't watch. The game ended like at 1:30.
He could have had like 2 more rebounds.
You greedy.
Yeah, you all greedy. That is like 2 points.
Huh?
How many losses you
3, right?
Yeah, I got 3 so far.
Because I'm 1 game behind you. I got 4. Yo, dude, there's like the top 6 guys are either 10 and 4 or better. And then Burt is like 6 and 7 last place in the playoffs.
I can take Bert.
Oh, well, what's your record right now?
6, 7, and 1.
Yeah, you're still good. I'm over here thinking you out, and it's like,
you said sorry. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, wait, you can just come in.
I wasn't gonna win no championship.
No, but I mean, you might. Your guys could turn around. I mean, you see, dude.
Kawhi Leonard,
Yeah.
Mike Conley, my 2 top picks.
The fact that you're even in the playoff discussion.
Somehow I won last week. I didn't even change my lineup last week.
Damn.
My phone was messed up at the beginning of the week. Then I was going through it at the end of the week.
You the we believe.
Fantasy,
Warriors.
yo, Fred, you finally gonna join us in fantasy baseball next year?
Yeah.
I'll let you get Giancarlo Stanton.
How you gonna let him get Giancarlo Stanton?
So he could join us.
No, I don't care if he joins us or not. He's not getting Giancarlo.
If I give him first overall pick and tell him to pick up Giancarlo Stanton, and you got second pick, you're not gonna be happy. He ain't grab Trout.
It's no keepers in that league.
Do you want keepers? It's up to you. We could switch it. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
we didn't have,
we'll talk.
We never had keepers in that league.
No, but we can.
No, we don't got to.
I'll keep 2, Aaron Judge and Mike Trout.
Yeah, I did. That's why you were so eager.
I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's pick keepers.
The
If
fact
you
that I
really
have both of
ain't
those
getting both
guys,
of those
no way. They're both going in the first round.
There's no way in hell. You get both of them, I'm not playing.
How am I gonna get both of them?
I don't know. Stupid things happen.
First of all, if you pick
First of
before
all-
me, you're getting Mike Trout, and if you pick after me, you're picking up Aaron
First
Judge.
of all, Puerto Rican Thunder in our league always has a weird number of first round picks. like
1?
like no, I'm saying like people that should go in the first round.
Well,
always
he
has a
usually
weird
picks
number.
last, right? Because
Mhm.
he's one of the dominant teams, and then he goes back to back.
And somehow he ends up with like Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski.
He's not getting. He's gonna have the
So that means he's making trades with 2 other idiots.
he's gonna have the 14th best player in the because there's gonna only be 14
Nigga
players
said
in our
and.
16-man league now. Because Jackson left. Yo, Jackson, my God, man, he left. He left the league.
Wait, what was that trade for? You said I'm gonna give me something. I said I want this and this. Nigga said,
And come on, like Mike Trout and. Once you said Mike Trout and.
That was Mike. That was baseball.
Yeah. I wanted Giancarlo Stanton. I wanted Giancarlo Stanton before it was cool. And you said Mike Trout and.
Or was it Nelson Cruz?
I think it was.
I was offering you Nelson. Oh, yeah, Nelson
I
Cruz.
had Nelson Cruz. It wasn't this year when you said it, was it?
Yeah, it was
that
this
was
year.
funny,
I wanted Giancarlo Stanton, and you said no.
Robert is a funny.
Which was smart. Who won the league this year?
Not me.
Lee won, right? No,
Yeah, once it wasn't
I
me,
did. I won.
In baseball?
Yeah.
Better have with Mike Trout and
I
Aaron Judge.
completely forgot. I won. I beat Glorious Trumbombs, who's had a monster season. He should be proud of it.
No, you lost. You shouldn't be proud of anything.
He came second.
Don't care. You know what second is? Somebody who didn't
First to
win a championship.
lose.
Just to lose. All right, that's how the Eagles gonna feel.
That's what you hope. Because the NFC East might be the only people to
Good
stop
for them
Brady
because they.
in the
You see,
Super
you see
Bowl.
the guy that got annihilated by the.
Expanded.
I'm gonna have to give some leeway.
NFC East. You and the Eagles gonna be the Brady stoppers.
I ain't like
The
Philly.
Eagles lost, so they're not undefeated against the Patriots.
Adrian.
The Eagles lost in 2004.